Hey everybody, Jamie from Total Spot Fest here. Hey, we are going to do the Dynamite review and talk about the All Out card, but more importantly, tell everybody you love them. Make sure they're doing okay. Prayers for Dafney. This is Total Spot Fest.
Welcome back to Total Spot Fest. I am JJ Brownlee, accompanied by Jamie Faulkner, and we are here to give you our AEW Go Home Spectacular, whatever, I don't know, I'm just making up words now, but we got a whole lot of AEW to go over. A couple notes I want to throw out there about some other things, some mysteriousness going on in the world of Journey Pro, and we're gonna get right to it. So, like Jamie said in our intro here, before I dive into this, definitely send thoughts and prayers out to the Scream Queen herself, Miss Dafney. We love you. We care about you. I hope the guy doing okay. Please tell your loved ones they like you know they're loved out there, and let's everybody rally around her. I mean, obviously somebody needs some assistance, and that's okay. It's okay to ask for help. I hope to God we can get her some help because some scary things happened online last night. If you're not aware, it's not a time to really. We're not going to get into details. You're not gonna fuck with that. But we do want to send our love.
Yeah,
out there,
and if I could add, if you guys are going through anything like that, our DMs are always open on Twitter, whatever. Mm-hmm. Hell, like I will be more than happy to give you my personal cell phone if you need to talk through some stuff. Your health is most definitely worth it, and if you don't have time for us, just reach out. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is always out there for you at 1-800-273-8255. Make sure you take care of yourself because it's not worth it.
Absolutely. And so don't want to start out on a somber mode, but it's some serious stuff. So it's like, hey, let's it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. So we love you. So other than that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. We do appreciate it. Hopefully I sound better this time. My apologies. New mic, and it's better than my last mic, and that's the problem. I was trying to hold it up to I'm sorry. I apologize, but we do appreciate you guys giving us some of your time here. If you are watching on YouTube, you want to join the conversation, just drop a comment down below. While you're down there, you can flirt with the like button, and you go out with the subscribe. It's up to you. Hey, do you? But if you're listening to us, you want to get in touch. It's at Total Spot Fest on Twitter. And if you do need anything, like I said, reach out to us individually. I am at jmoney1536. Jamie is at jfaulkner56. We are definitely there for you. So,
absolutely.
All right. That being said, Jamie. So, how you doing, man?
I'm not doing too shabby. I mean, the news has kind of got me a little somber, but you know what? It was honestly a little difficult to focus on Dynamite with seeing that stuff flood in. So, it was still a great show. So. It was still a great show, and I don't want to take away from that. But yeah, it's just, I guess it's the human side of me and not the Mark side of me that's kind of somber from this.
Well, that's understandable. So, we do want to give also another kind of a sidebar before we get started here, because if you have not listened to, and I said, my audio was screwed up, apologies, but if you have not heard our last episode, go listen to it. We had our friends over at the Bruisers, Breakdowns, and Beards podcast. That'd be Mike Reed, Kevin, and yes, he is our very own heavy metal heartthrob, Dallas Cade. The three of them joined us for a special taping last time, and it was just a rousing good time. We had we got age shamed by a 22-year-old wrestling talent. All of us did. We played a couple of Impossible games, talked a lot about Journey Pro, heard some really cool behind-the-scenes stories from NWL World and stuff. Just real good time here. Great guys. As I said before, go give them a listen and a subscribe as well. They're on all the same places we we are. You can find them most definitely. And like I said, go back and listen to our last episode. A lot of fun. Thank you to Kevin, Mike, and Dallas. We look forward to seeing you guys at the next Journey Pro show, and look forward to doing some of that again. That was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I had a blast. It's probably one of the funnest ones we've done.
Speaking of Journey, it was. And that's not even a word, but I'm going to allow it because it was. So, speaking of Journey Pro, did you see Walter's cryptic ass tweet from last night?
Yeah, like I don't get it.
So they did Walter did a Twitch thing on Tuesday, and I told Jamie about this. So he did a Twitch thing. We went over Weekend at Journeys. If you had not heard, it happened this past Saturday. It was tons of fun. Great show. 5 was awesome. Kenny Alfonso's over AF.
Oh my goodness.
We found some new favorites. Heidi Halitzer is the shit. The gothic gangster Trevor Aeon.
Trevor Aeon.
Aeon, yep. He's awesome. Jossie, oh my god, he's like a black LA Knight. I mean,
he was so good on the mic.
He was so
God,
good.
He's so good.
So good. It was a fantastic show. So we talked all about it, and so Walter was doing like a Twitch kind of post Weekend at Journeys wrap up and talking about the future, and he announced that they're going to be doing 2 shows on the weekend of the 17th. The 18th is going to be a free show. It's included with the Edwardsville, Kansas Fall Festival. Because it's going to be at the Fall Festival, a family event, downtown Edwardsville. It's going to be not your typical Journey show. It's going to be a couple matches, very wrestling focused, very PG, right? But it's going to be a good time if you're around the area and looking for something to do, maybe outside, because it's, COVID things, right? Go to Edwards Fall Festival September 18th. You can check out some Journey Pro stuff. But the night before, the 17th, he said they're going to have a typical Journey Pro show, and he said details are coming soon. And that's it. We know it's not going to be at Blip, and it's not going to be at Lemonade Park. So he put this tweet out. It's like the old school Please Stand By logo from like the old 50s, tube TVs, right? And I don't know if you have it in front of you, but I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was cryptic as hell. You don't have it in front of you, do you?
I was actually trying to pull it up right now. So
I saw you digging on your computer there.
Yeah.
I was like, please tell me you found that.
Yeah. So basically, it's clue. You're talking about the clue is there are 2 big options when deciding a show in Kansas City. The one we made helps us bask in the light just a tiny bit longer. Anybody who gets it right will be DM'd the address tomorrow morning. Good luck.
Yeah. So he said it's like details coming soon, and it's basically in the rules behind it are, so the announcement, like I said, was this old 50s Please Stand By logo, and it just had date and time, and then a whole bunch of mysteriousness, 100%. And so he said, and Walter then tweeted out that they're going to be releasing clues, and that the only rules is you can't share it via social media. You can only spread it via word of mouth, which I don't know what that means, because in one hand, that's awesome.
Yeah.
In the other hand, that's not a very effective way to promote your wrestling show that happens in 2 weeks.
Well, the thing is they have great fans, self included.
True.
We love talking to each other and creating a community. Well, and one of the best things that we can do is once we find out, we're not going to post it on social media, but if people listen to us, we can give it to them on the show because it's technically word of mouth because we are saying it with our mouths.
So, well, we're gonna figure out these puzzles.
I'll validate that with the guys at Journey Pros. Once we get the address,
right,
can we say it on the podcast? Because it's word of mouth.
I mean, because it's no social medias, but does that include YouTube? Because
yeah, that's word of mouth.
I mean, we are saying it. So, details coming here. I fully but that is regardless. The 17th, September 17th, there is another Journey Pro show. So right around the corner, and then the 25th there is the new promotion starting up. It's down in South Overland Park. I don't remember the exact name. I bought the tickets, but I don't remember what it was exactly called. It was like
the DWF one.
Dynamic
Wrestling Federation.
That's what it was. It was like, I'm trying to think. It's like Dynamic something or another. So Dynamic Wrestling Federation. So that's on Saturday the 25th. Mm-hmm. So hey, when it rains it pours, man. More good stuff. Lots of wrestling going on. Kansas City's becoming a good wrestling city. Yeah,
which is awesome. That's what I hope for, man.
Remember 4 years ago, we could not find a local show to save our life until we stumbled across NWL.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a couple tiny promotions.
Kansas City Extreme Wrestling.
Right.
I don't even know if that's still around or not.
I don't think it is. I don't know. Let us know down in the comments. Is KCXW still around? I don't know. All right. So before we get to Dynamite, talking AEW Go Home Magic, and I mean that in several senses of the word.
Yeah.
Just a couple little notes here. So over the last weekend, you saw the new NXT logo, right?
God, it's terrible. Yes.
I generally don't hate the logo. I really don't.
It's like the 90s shit all over themselves. 1992 is like, here, let's make this logo in 92.
That's why I don't hate it, because I'm such a 90s kid. I mean, we talked about this on last episode, but those who don't know, our original name and our original concept, Total Spotfest Live, was a play on Total Request Live. Mm-hmm. Nobody got it. I know, we weren't live. Fuck me, right? But the logo we had was an old 90s TRL that I doctored up and edited, and it looked great. So I don't know. I generally don't hate the logo itself. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing: it's like Triple H has taken it into a different kind of turn in the last year. That I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I necessarily fully agree with everything he's done here. Like the current NXT logo. It's awesome if it was a Metal Bands t-shirt, but it's not. This is a professional wrestling organization, The little smaller NXT with the giant kind of black around the back, and you have the skull with the big wings and all this stuff, and it's just that's their official logo. It's okay, that's maybe a bit far. I'm just saying. From a metal guy, a punk fan, it's that's a bit far is all I'm saying. So anyway,
that's fair.
I don't mind the logo. If you're not, it's easy to find. You guys go online, just search NXT logo, it'll pop up. It's very colorful, very simplistic, and I read a thing from Wrestling Observer, that's right. So Brian Alvarez, our numbers guru, mm-hmm. right? Brian Alvarez wrote on Wrestling Observer that NXT is going to be produced moving forward by Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard.
Hey y'all, you want me to do NXT now too? Yeah, fuck that. Sorry.
It gets even better because the story's great, and Alvarez is on top of his stuff always, right? That's why he was the authority for the Wednesday Night War ratings numbers, right? Apparently, what they envision is they want to go back to, what was the exact word? Let me get this, because this is actually a very interesting quote. They want to go back to, quote, the old NXT, which appeared to be a reference to the show back when it was at its peak around 2015 to 2018 or so. Now I'm like, those two statements don't equate.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard and NXT at its peak. It's that is definitely not what these guys can do. I mean, you're talking about the rise of the Undisputed Era, and Joe and Gargano and DIY Fallout, and the authors of AOP, right? The authors of Pain, and the War Raiders, not the fucking Viking whatevers. That was NXT at its peak. But that's what they want to go to. Apparently, this is all going to start on the 14th. So the show on the 14th with the Index Wedding is their first live show, back to live show. And that's when it's going to start with this new direction. And to make it even better, apparently, Bruce and Vince are only going to really be producing the top end of NXT. The top of the brand.
Oh, my God.
There's no word on who's going to be doing the rest of this stuff. There's also no word on what these changes mean for Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Road Dogg, Jesse James. But that's going to be what's going on with NXT moving forward.
It's the death of NXT.
It's scary. Yeah. It's like the two people you want to hear that are not going to be in there are the ones that are going to be. I don't believe it for a second that they want to restore it back to it. Well, if they want to do that, they shouldn't be there because that's not how you do.
No, they are the wrong people. 100%. It's a land grab and it was a power move by Bruce Pritchard. Somehow he made it work, and I don't get it, but whatever.
Another story that I want to get to just because on that note. So I read a story on what was this Sportskeeda. I don't know what this site is necessarily, but it's been linked through and everything. So Vince Russo recently did an interview, and in that interview he was talking about Vince's inner circle, right? And we know what that means. All the stooges suck up to him, namely Kevin Dunn, Bruce Pritchard, and John Laurinaitis, right? Well, apparently Bruce, his head is so far up Vince's ass, he gets, quote, jealous and vindictive when Vince starts spending more of his time with somebody else.
Oh, my God.
And apparently that's the way they all kind of like vie for Vince's attention. Very akin to three spoiled, teenage drama queens. So I found that interesting. Is your boy Bruce? There you go. So, all right.
God, he's terrible. Misogynistic, racist.
The whole lot. And the most interesting thing I found from everything, when you look at this, is that NXT's viewership went up. They were up to 717 this week. So they went up almost 30,000 people.
Wow. Yeah, 717.
I watched the show, and it was okay.
Yeah, they've lost me.
I had it on the background. I kind of sped through it. I literally watched the show in total time on my clock from when I start and when I pressed end was about 34 minutes because I just kind of skipped through most everything. It was just very forgettable, a lot of the stuff. The opening match was Mandy Rose. That was cool.
Oh, yeah. I saw highlights of that. She looked good.
That was actually cool, and she's now taking Gigi Dolan and JC Jane under her wing, which that's good for them. That's good. I think that's going to help them. Yeah, but mostly it's just kind of like I don't even remember half the stuff because it was just so poor. It wasn't that great. So, but they were up on views. Who knew?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the good stuff. Okay, so AEW Dynamite Go Home show in Chicago in the Now Arena. Were you scoping out where our seats were? Because I definitely
was too, and I feel very excited about our seats.
I'm just wondering, are we on this side or that side of the section? I don't know which side. I know we're aisle.
Yeah.
But I'm like, which one?
I think we're on the outside,
one of them
so we're
is
closer more towards the middle.
Good, because I was starting to think of this as because they're both. It's gonna be good no matter what. But one of them's definitely closer to the middle. One of them's closer to the entrance, and I'm like,
right? Yeah, this is gonna be awesome.
We'll find out.
So yeah, let's talk Dynamite, shall we? Let's talk the home for All Out, shall we? Yeah, it's it was definitely. I will say this, 100%. It opened up the owner's manual of how to do a go home show and executed it flawlessly.
Right? This is how you do a go-home show. Take note, other promotions in the world.
Yes, it was really good. So the opening match of the night was Santana and Ortiz, Proud and Powerful, versus FTR. And
I totally thought this was going to be the main event. I
did too. I so thought they were going to flip it and start with the Elite in the beginning, like they always like to do.
Right.
But no, this was the opener, and this match had everything I wanted in it and more. It was so good. What did you think?
It wasn't quite pay-per-view caliber.
Agreed.
But it was close. It was good. And these guys, I think part of that had to do maybe with a little bit of caution towards Cash.
Cash's arm.
Cash. I don't know why Dax and Cash. I can't keep them straight since they have their new names. But I think there might have been a little bit of caution towards it. But I mean, it had a great feel to it. There was a Heenan tribute by FTR, and then you got Proud and Powerful coming out in their dead presidents, face paint, and the match, the action was good. The pacing was fantastic. Proud and Powerful needs to wear the belt, needs to have the belts sometime within the next calendar year. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I totally agree. This match had a lot. I really did like that Bobby Eaton call out, with the.
I said Heaton.
Yeah, with the that stripe on their trunks. I thought that was a really nice call out by them. The Santana Ortiz are so damn good. FTR is so damn good. This is the feud that we've been wanting to see for a while. I don't think it's done because now they're 1-1. There is going to be a rubber match. You know it, and it's coming. Mm-hmm. So that would be a good one for Full Gear because I totally believe when Cash's arm is up, they can go even further. So great match. Santana Ortiz do get the win. They end up, hitting a cutter on Harwood and then double team Wheeler. 1, 2, 3, you got it. So great first match, great opening match. Right after that, you had a quick promo with Daniel Garcia talking about Darby Allin, not to overlook him, whatever. It was fine. It was fine. Then they had an in-ring segment right after that of one CM Punk. So that place got really loud. It'll get incredibly more loud because I know two loud mothers are going to be there. Louder. That will help be loud.
Yep.
I plan on losing my voice that night. We're going to get nuts. We are going to get a little nuts. But
it's going to be bonkers.
He starts his promo and he's just talking a little bit, and you're going to see a different Punk, and says he's nervous and maybe even scared. With people started saying you still got it, which is great, and then out of nowhere 2.0 and Daniel Garcia come out and start attacking him, which was
weird, right?
Really weird. Which again, this weird Daniel Garcia and 2.0 push is kind of awesome out of nowhere. And fun fact about Daniel Garcia: do you know who trained him?
Harley Race. No idea.
The Blade.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact, right? So.
How about that?
Yeah, so they start beating up on CM Punk, and out comes Sting and Darby. They all do their things, and it ends up with all of them hitting their finishers, which was really great because it's the first time I've seen a go to sleep executed by CM Punk in a ring in over 7 years. Got a little giddy, but so we had the go to sleep, obviously a coffin drop, and the Scorpion death drop, or a Stinger death drop is what he called it this time instead of a Scorpion, whatever. He called it a Stinger. Afterwards, there was a quick promo by Sting saying he wasn't going to be ringside, whatever. He's going to give a fist bump and walk back because it's between you two. It was fine. It was good. I'm looking forward to it.
It was good to see Punk actually get physical here because we talked about last week. This is all fine and dandy until All Out. After All Out, though, let's see him go into. You can't just show up and cut a 5-minute promo and then we need to see you do stuff. And I know that right now it's fine. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's good to see him be physical because you can tell he was a little rusty with it too. It took him a second to get him up there, and he was.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
It was good.
It's okay.
It was fine.
It's okay.
I was totally fine with that. After that, there was a video package that hypes up Kenny Omega and Christian Cage, whatever. Then Tony Schiavone interviews MJF. Oh
this was
God. This is the MJF that I personally love and think he is the next iteration of Chris Jericho. I really believe that.
earlier in the day sit down interview.
Yes, there's an earlier in the day sit down interview, and MJF just goes off on a list of Jericho's nicknames and notes. Says he's been a wrestler for 4 decades. He admits that Jericho will always be one of the greatest, and makes it clear that he'll be taking Chris Jericho's place, which I completely agree with. And MJF compares Jericho to the great Muhammad Ali, who kept coming back for the spotlight even after his body fell apart. I'm like, oh my God.
He didn't just, he dug into that. He basically said, Jericho, you're going to end up with Parkinson's. You're going to be like,
yeah,
it's like,
he went there. So
it was good. It was good.
So, and I've said this before, and I'll go on record again. MJF is WCW Chris Jericho. But better. Maybe with not the moveset, but definitely on the mic.
It does not have 1,004 moves. He probably knows number 4, though.
You know, I think he knows at least 70. I don't.
I mean, probably knows move number 4 for sure, but I don't know about the others.
Armbar. He does the salt of the earth.
Thank you. That was on a platter. I was come on,
I
Jimmy.
know. Yeah.
Number 4, armbar.
It was great. He absolutely just annihilated Chris with that promo. It was beautiful. It was everything I want.
It was very good. Very good.
After this, we had Orange Cassidy and Jack Evans. It was fine. Whatever.
It was a match.
Shocker. Orange Cassidy wins because Orange Cassidy doesn't lose to Jack Evans. After that, Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta, come out because the rest of the Hardy family office were beating up on Orange Cassidy. So that sets up your new buy-in match of the Hardy family office of the Matt Hardy Private Party and TH2. They're going against Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta, and Jurassic Express, who happened to come out and make the save with them. So, yes, we do get to see Jungle Boy at All Out.
And what they did, because Tony Khan announced earlier in the evening that there was travel issues that's going to cause the delay of the Pac Andrade. Unfortunately, I said that was the match that was going to steal the show, and I believe if that match would have happened, it would have.
100%.
But he said that's going to be moved to a future Rampage. He didn't say where it was, who's having the issues. It's no fault to the wrestler, but it's Pac, right? We know it's Pac because Pac English, so he probably went home to England for a hot spell. And got stuck there because of the English U.S. travel situation that they have because of COVID.
Yeah.
So that's probably it. It sucks. It's unfortunate. But it is what it is. In a way, it's kind of good since you have the Lucha Brothers doing something else. You can save this Andrade storyline bit for, let the Lucha Brothers kind of, do their thing with the Young Bucks match, which we'll talk about later, and this, so it is. So they're moving the women's buy-in to the main show, and then the new buy-in is what Jamie just told you. They're the 10-man tag.
Yep. So that's going on. Right after that, you had Eddie Kingston promo. It was good.
Oh,
it was really good.
This was a good promo.
He said that he doesn't think Miro will be God's favorite champion anymore, and he says they'll walk through hell together. And then on the other hand, Miro says, he'll redeem Kingston at the price of agony. Like, it was good. It was really, really good. It's classic Kingston.
The only time he's on his back is when he goes to his hotel room to see his wife after a match.
Yes, this is so good.
Do you think we're going to get to see Lana, CJ? You think she's going to come out on Sunday?
Her 90 days is up. She posted that today. It said 90 days.
Yeah. As of yesterday, which he means
Sorry.
yesterday for
Yes.
these you
Sorry.
listening, 9-1. It's okay. Her Buddy Matthews, I don't remember what his new last name is, Buddy Matthews, Santana Garrett, Braun Strowman, who recently had a match announced that they're doing some promotion against EC3. Him as his first match post WWE.
Yep.
And of course, our favorite with the video tease, Ruby Soho. Hey Ruby. hardcore teasing Chicago in it. Like at the very end, there was like a flash on the destination, and then seven blank dashes. And Chicago fits. But anyway, they all were 90-day no compete up yesterday on the 1st. So I think, especially if she comes by as like, and if she doesn't have to like join the roster right now or whatever. I don't know what her shooting schedule is with the Surreal Life, but I think it'd be cool if she came out as a valet to him.
Oh,
That'd
100%.
be awesome.
I think that would just be great.
That'd be cool.
It'd be really good. Video package also hypes up Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. That should be a good match.
Mm-hmm.
Not the match I really wanted there, but it's still a good match. It will be a good match.
Not Tanahashi. I mean, it could have been Tanahashi.
God, if it was Tanahashi or Will Ospreay, something like that, yes, please. But Will Ospreay, I don't know if you saw this. Speaking of him,
I did not. I didn't see anything about Will Ospreay.
Tested positive for COVID-19.
Son of a bitch. Way to go.
Or he might have the new COVID-21. That's actually a real thing. So, yay.
Okay. Well, good to know.
We're going to be inside forever. So, after this, Jim Ross interviews Chris Jericho in the ring. And it was classic Jericho. That's all I got to say. Like, this is felt very swan songy. It really did.
It did.
Like,
he said, "Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to I've known him forever. Welcome to Chicago is Jericho." And
he pulled out all the stops. He did.
He did.
It's been a while since I've seen Jericho actually wrestle in a ring, because last time we saw him, he didn't wrestle. He just did the weigh-in against Moxley. So that's the last time. It's been a long time since I've seen him. Like, the last time I saw him, I had the Y2J sweater, the hockey sweater. It was not like a true one. It was the super cheap, it was like
the stadium giveaway jersey.
Yeah.
Like
But
when the Blues have
still
Jersey
pay $50.
Day, it's like the real thin.
Yeah, you still pay $50.
It's like the real thin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the last time I've actually seen him wrestle. So it's been a hot minute. It was before. It was before CM Punk was even in WWE. That's how long it's been since I've seen him wrestle live.
It's been a while.
Yeah, because every time I was there, he would never wrestle. So it was weird.
Well, I don't know. I'm split. I think that no matter what happens, he's not done in the ring. But I could definitely see him take an extended period of time behind. Take a step back. Like, he doesn't need to. I don't know if we talked about this or not, but at least not on the show. But he doesn't need to put guys over anymore. They're getting all the big talent. There's rumors that Daniel Bryan's going to be at All Out. If not, he'll be in New York more than likely. They might do it All Out because of the COVID. They don't know if New York's...
Yeah.
We don't know how it's going to look, right, in a few weeks. But it should be fine. But, but you have him. You have CM Punk. You got Andrade now. Malachi Black, wait till we get to his promo. Oh, Jesus. You've got... He doesn't need to be the one to carry them anymore. And he's got other interests. Fozzy, he's got his crews. He could take a step back for a year or two. And, I do think that will happen regardless of the outcome of this match.
Agreed. After this, they did another quick video, hyping up Darby Allin CM Punk like it wasn't already hyped up enough earlier. Hence the go home show feel. Then we had Brian Cage versus Powerhouse Hobbs with Hook. Big shock. FTW's Team Taz. They mess with it. They interfere on Brian Cage, who looked phenomenal, by the way.
Get Brian Cage out of this, please. Yeah. Just get him out of this.
He loses to Hobbs, whatever. It just pisses me off because he is so damn good. And for as big as a dude as he is, he can move. He is nimble as a cat.
I mean, he does AAA wrestling. He does luchador wrestling. Yeah. It's insane.
He's really good. He needs to get away from that and get a bigger push. Like, I'd love to see him and Miro go at it. That would be one I would enjoy.
Yes.
So much.
He's face now, so that's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So after this, we get the Malachi Black promo.
Short, but so sweet.
He left. Sweet. He didn't leave the ring because Shotty Lee Johnson showed up. He left the ring because he wanted to. He says he gave Lee Johnson 7 days to atone, and he'll make him suffer for his sins.
Right, he said, "You gonna fight? I choose to fight on my time."
Yes. He vows to put coins on Johnson's eyes when he
Love
sends him to
this.
Hades. Oh, and his new shirt just came out where he's standing up and he's like, remember when he put his foot on Arn Anderson's
Cody.
son and Cody? He put his foot on to pin him 1, 2, 3. Well, they
Yeah.
have that picture, except for the person they have just a skeleton. It's awesome. It's beautiful, and it's probably gonna be out
It
sale
is
at
good.
AEW.
I'm looking at it right now. It's very
Yeah,
good.
so it can be in our possession. I know it's another black shirt, but you know what? He makes me want to wear black shirts again. He's the one because his shirts look good on black.
See, now you got me on Shop AEW, man. It's God. There's the MJF Jared Blow shirt.
Yes, yes. So, also, fun fact, I got an email from Pro Wrestling Tees yesterday. They're like, thank you for your patience. We just have a record-setting amount of orders to fill. It's like, all good.
Yeah.
I was hoping I'd get it before I knew I probably wasn't, but it's cool. It's cool.
I have a sneaking suspicion you're going to have an opportunity or two to get some CM Punk merchandise this week.
Oh, really? Yeah. Like the CM Punk Funko that's supposed to be released there?
I didn't hear about that.
There's supposed to be a Funko there. And, like, I guess there might be an
Where do you
AEW
hear-
line
I'm
of
looking
Funko.
for an AEW line of Funkos. Okay, I'm in.
Like,
I'm in.
somebody said that online. I'm like, ooh. And then like, other people like, yeah, I heard that too. I'm like, where the fuck are you hearing this? Because I'm not seeing it anywhere.
I'm trying to find it because we were just talking about this. We're just trying to find info about Saturday, the Fan Fest, because Jamie's we're gonna be we'll live stream some stuff. We'll shoot some videos, and we're not live stream, but we'll put some stuff up on Twitter while we're there,
Yeah.
right? But we just want to know. It's like, do I need to be there at 10:30, or is like, are they gonna have matches at 1, or is it gonna be at noon, or like what? When are you? The only thing that I've seen announced, other than like the meet and greet stuff, is that Sammy Guevara's vlog said they're doing their Q&A panel at 1:00 on Friday. That's the only thing. Like no other announcements whatsoever other than the meet and greet. It's just like give me a rough outline. Come on, something.
Yeah, like I just want to know, like when we get there,
The right brain person is dying in my head.
it almost makes me want to have to get there like right when it opens, just so I can have an outline of itinerary of what's going on and figure out what I want to do.
I know.
But it's like, I know you don't wake up that early, and we've driven 8
I
hours.
don't like to. I mean, I will because we'll be,
I wake up.
we'll
early.
be in a room. You come over and slap me on the head, and I'll wake
Yeah.
up. But
I'll just play Wake Me
Whatever.
Up Before You Go. That's how I get you up.
Okay, all right. I don't want to take us on a tangent too far, but you don't. I never told you that story about that song, have I?
No, not at all.
It's amazing that you said that then. So, okay, this is nothing new. I've been this way since high school. Okay, I've worked, and I could blame whatever. It's just who I am, right? I did work a large chunk of my life in restaurants, right? So I did restaurants. I worked night hours. You work in a restaurant. You go to work at 4. You get off work at 11. Whatever. Yeah. You don't run home and jump in bed. I mean, do you work an office job? Are you in bed by 6:30? No. You go home. You have dinner. You have to unwind. Same thing. You just get off at midnight. You don't go to bed till 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? Cool. And you wake up at noon because that's what it was. So I got in that pattern. Then after I left restaurants, I went into sales. And when I was in sales, I was in timeshare sales. And we worked restaurant hours. I worked from like 4 to 10. Same thing. And then eventually, now I have an office job. But because I've never been a morning person, right? So back in college, my best friend, Puff, who I plan on going up to Seattle to see hopefully next year. Knock on wood. We'll see. Travel's been a thing, right? Freshman semester in college, he went to he was doing basic because he went through the military, right? GI Bill stuff. So he went and did National Guard. I went straight to Mizzou. And then second semester, he came to Mizzou. And then we started rooming together. We both joined the fraternity. He ended up joining the fraternity after I did. We roomed together, again. So we were sharing a room in the fraternity house. I think our second semester. I think it was our first or second semester there. I can't remember which room it was. But it really bothered him that I got up, even though I purposefully didn't schedule any early classes for this very reason. But he did. He had a 7 a.m. and so he went and worked out, had a 7 a.m. and then came back, had an hour break where he'd come back, would eat like a late breakfast, and then he would go do the rest of his classes. And my first class was at like 9, so he'd get back from his 7 a.m. and he'd like, Jay, wake up, you got econ, and then he would, on his way to go down to the kitchen to get some food, he would, because we had both of our computers hooked up to the stereo, big old stereo in the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he would put it on Wake Me Up Before You Go on repeat, and on the way out the door, just turn the volume up, slam the door shut, and because he knew that I hated that song with a passion, and the only way to turn it off is I had to get up. Because he'd lock his computer too. I had to get up, walk over to the stereo, which is on all the way around on the other side of the room, and physically press the button to turn it off. So, yes, you have no idea how much that song really gets at me because of that.
That's amazing. That actually makes my heart happy, and it confirms I'm playing that song.
Yeah, you will wake me up for sure if you start playing that song, because I'm like, you get grumpy JJ in the morning, which don't take any offense to. It's just it's sleepy JJ. It's a different.
I know.
Sorry, I didn't want to go on total tangent time, but yes.
Hey, it's total tangent, everybody. But
total tangent.
All right, so right after this, we have a major free agent signing announcement from one Dr. Britt Baker, of all people.
Oh.
Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? She is re-signed with AEW.
She keeps teasing Adam Cole thing.
Oh, she's trolling everybody so hard. And
I
again,
like her Instagram live where it's like, hey guys, she's at a convention. Come by, get a t-shirt, come by, get an 8x10 sign, take a picture, $100 for Adam Cole secrets. So just let me, come on by. She's trolling so hard.
She is so amazing.
I mean, do you think, I don't know, we didn't really talk about it since it happened, because we had the, Journey Pro and we had the Bruisers guys, right? Mm-hmm. 3B guys. Adam Cole is officially open market, right?
Yeah, he is
since Friday.
Free with no compete. It's a double negative, whatever, so he can compete at any second. He's free. Britt keeps trolling us. She also did announce in that thing that Rebel and Jamie Hayter will compete in the Casino Battle Royale, which I happen to have the updated entrance.
Yeah, there's a couple others too that kept going. Yeah, they're starting to fill out the card with one glaring exception, a Ruby.
Yeah, like it's getting bigger than most of them have ever been. So we have Nyla Rose, Julia Hart, Big Swole, The Bunny, Thunder Rosa, Red Velvet, Tay Conti, Penelope Ford, Diamante, Hikaru Shida, Emi Sakura, Jade, Kira Hogan, Abaddon, Kylan King, Layla Hirsch, Rebel, and another person that's going to be announced here shortly as I get further down into everything.
So that takes us to 18 right now?
17 right now, and 18 is getting ready to be announced. So that leaves room for 2.
Announced. 3.
Oh, there's 21. That's right.
Because they always do, because it's the card theme. So they always do a Joker card.
Yeah.
So, yes. So 21 is going to be the number of entrants.
Huh. Okay. Well, let's get into the 18th entrant.
Let's talk about this next match, and we'll get.
Yeah. So we have Penelope Ford with the Bunny versus Tay Conti, and
serious Tay Conti.
Serious Tay Conti.
Not serious Tay Conti.
Yeah. And seriously looking gorgeous, by the way, as always. Like I don't get it. Like she is just
so beautiful.
Wow. And Penelope Ford is beautiful too, but she's just. I know that sounds terrible, but whatever.
I think what it was because Tay Conti got so mismanaged. Like this person, her ability, her looks, everything, like, this person should have been fast-tracked. And yeah, I know that she's not English first language.
She speaks good English. She speaks great
She speaks
English.
great English comparatively. She should have been fast-tracked in NXT and everything, and she was definitely just buried. So maybe that's where the resentment comes from. Sorry,
yeah.
I don't want to go.
Yeah, so Tay Conti gets the win. She actually, Bunny distracts Conti for a second, but accidentally collides with Penelope Ford. That allows Conti to get roll her up, get a 3 count. Awesome.
The roll-up was awesome. It was like a reverse roll-up. Then she did a back bridge over her. And it was like,
yeah,
it was a good. And this match, the crowd really. This was a good women's match, even though it covered a commercial break. You know how I feel about that.
I know.
But even with that, it was still lengthy enough on both sides, and the crowd was behind it. They were chanting, "This is awesome!" in the middle of it.
It was a great match.
It was a good match. It did not feature Britt Baker or Thunder Rosa.
Yeah,
so,
they have the ability. So
they have the women.
So if you remember from Rampage, if you happen to watch Rampage, we didn't talk about it, but on Rampage, Tay Conti faced the Bunny, and Penelope Ford came out and attacked her. So weird just there. So that's why the Bunny was with her this time. Well, they start beating up on Tay Conti, and out of nowhere, Dark Order music hits, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, number 99, Anna Jay is back on our TV screen, and not
the Queen Slayer.
And not only is Jungle Boy the one who gets to enjoy her, we all get to enjoy her now and see her on our TV screen
in a more platonic fashion.
Absolutely,
yes.
Definitely platonic.
Tay J's back. Thank God.
Tay J is back, and Anna Jay, right as soon as she showed up, was announced to be a part of the Casino Battle Royale. She is the 18th entrant into
Number
it.
18. So we got 2 plus 1. We got the bonus. So basically, there's 3 left.
3 left.
There's a couple women because Kiera Hogan got announced, like you said. You know, that we didn't really dwell on Kiera Hogan, Kylie King, who's been an extra. I think there's a few others you could fit in there if you needed to. Lenny Luck's been, kind of.
She looked great on
Chicago.
Dark. She looked amazing on Dark and Dark Elevation because she faced.
She was on both.
Yeah, because she faced Thunder Rosa and then Emi Sakura and looked.
And then there was
great.
There's another girl too that was on both shows, and I can't remember who it was. It was a shorter girl.
Ashley Dambois.
No, not Ashley. Not her. It was because we've seen her before.
Yeah.
It was like something. Oh God, I really don't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, there's a couple of them that might be that there. There's a few girls that have wrestled them in the past. There's some Mission Pro girls. Maddie Rinkowski, Tesha Price. I don't know where they're going to be. Kylie Ray is going to be in Chicago that weekend. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. This is my prediction.
Go for your predictions.
Okay. Mark Stradamus. Obviously Ruby Soho. We already know this. Hi.
She's gonna be the Joker card. I think by far she's gonna be a Joker card. We can both agree on that.
Hi, Ruby.
I already did it twice.
I know, it's fine. I just wanted to take it from you one time. Okay, so we have her. I think Rebel is not going to be able to wrestle, so that gives us a 4th slot. So I think Inspiration is going to show up.
The former Iconics.
The Iconics going to show up, and then there's going to be one more. And if you are a fan of AEW buy-in shows or AEW in period, Rebel was unable to wrestle with one Britt Baker previously at Revolution. Do you happen to remember who replaced her?
It was Maki.
Maki Ito! She's been planting some seeds on the Twitters. So it could be the Ito.
Okay.
And if I see Maki Ito live, this simp's going to go nuts.
You might just implode.
Maybe like scanners. Like,
but isn't it No Simp September? I don't know if you can. No, it's
yeah, fair. I'm a married man with 4 kids.
Break that down real fast, right?
I'm a married man with 4 daughters. I need this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I should probably edit that out. All right.
My wife will laugh at it.
Sorry. When Ruby shows up First of all, I don't know if you've seen her lately, but she is definitely more shredded than a Julian Salad.
She's more shredded than Julian Salad, man.
Gotcha. All right, but when she shows up, I'm gonna lose my shit. I don't care around me if they could if anybody. I am gonna lose my shit when Ruby shows up.
Yes.
I mean, she had a badass graphic, by the way, for her YouTube channel, which she's restarting. Thank God. She does like these like fundraiser bits, you know, so she wanted to kind of raise money for stuff. So she does this YouTube channel and she's trying to raise money. And so basically, it's like. Before it was like self-deprecation. It was like her trying to bake a birthday cake for her dog. She's terrible at baking. Like, terrible at baking.
That's awesome.
And I don't even, I'm not gonna lie, it was horrendous. And then she tried to bake something else that required buttermilk. And she's like, well, I didn't get any buttermilk. I have regular milk. And so she started like Googling how buttermilk substitute, and it was not good. It was not good. But she does like stuff like that, you know. So, but she had this awesome graphic that she released for it. So anyway, I'm fanboying out here.
Yes, you are.
Maki Ito, if Maki Ito and Ruby Soho show up in the same show, look the fuck out. We might just melt.
Yeah, and inspiration, or the Iconics, if you will.
And the inspiration, yes. It's like, how can we gloss over this? So I fully expect that those last couple spots are going to be surprises aside from Ruby. Even if it is one-time stuff.
Yeah.
I think for sure there's going to be some surprises.
If we can get Maki Ito in AEW again, because as we know, she does do a lion tamer. Just saying, but
she's one of two current wrestlers that have done a lion tamer. The other one is Swerve, and he did it for a brief second
on some steps.
A very apropos opponent to do a lion tamer on.
Yes.
so
after,
yeah. Hey, before you go. Let us know down below or give us a tweet. Who do you guys think is going to be the extra entrance?
Yes.
Do you agree with us on Ruby for one? Hey, Ruby. And do you think there's going to... Who do you think? Are you thinking maybe it's going to be Deonna Purrazzo?
You know, I don't think
so. I mean, they have been throwing so much shade at each other that would almost be worth it.
I want Maki Ito
to see her.
I think I'm just fanboying that they'd be perfect. This would be a perfect time.
Well, you're fantasy booking a little, sure. But, I mean, Maki Ito has said a lot that that's her goal is to come over to America, right?
People already love her.
And when she left, she said she had to go take care of some things and that she wants to be back. She was doing real well. She got back. Didn't she win a tag title over there with somebody?
She won the Princess Cup, and
Princess Cup, that's what it was.
And she did that as well.
So, anywho, let us know down below. Give us a tweet at Total Spot Fest. Who do you think the extra entrants are going to be for the Women's Casino Battle Royal?
All right. So right after that, Thunder Rosa is in the back, gets confronted by Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose, and Vicky Guerrero. They attack her.
And Jade Cargill's lawyer guy.
Yeah. So I feel pretty confident, though, that Thunder Rosa is not going to win. I really feel like she's not going to be the winner of this.
I don't think so either, because I think that they want to build that up more.
Yeah, because she doesn't need this, because she's already the number 2.
No.
She doesn't need this.
Exactly. And it's better for Thunder Rosa. Even if she takes some time to focus on maybe these two, right? I think that's good for, first of all, good for Jade, right? Get somebody who can work on the other side of you because, you know, and it lets her, Thunder Rosa that is, work herself into a bigger match against Britt down the road, maybe Full Gear.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So I foresee, I mean, I know we do our booking on this thing, but I actually really feel like the winner of this is going to be one of the surprises.
I do too. I think so. I think you're going to have, it could be Ruby. I think if Deonna shows up, maybe not as like the Joker, but if she shows up somewhere in the middle of it or whatever, I think it could be Deonna because the two of them been teasing it back and forth hard. I think if it's somebody who's going to be a short term, just kind of like a rental like surprise, you know, just doing a couple, like if a Chelsea Green, you know, like a cameo thing, it could be very much like, you know, over at the NWA Empower bit, you know, she's going up against, she's not going to win, but it's a good headline, right? I think that makes sense while they set up something else, Thunder Rosa, long term.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Or maybe Camille's the one who shows up. Who knows? But All right, so after this is main event time.
Woo! This match.
What else do you expect? So this is Jurassic Express and the Lucha Bros with Marco Stunt and Alex Abrahantes versus the Elite with Brandon Cutler. No Kenny Omega at the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm. Or Nakamura.
That's right.
Nakazawa. God, Jesus Christ, JJ.
Not gonna work here anymore. So this match was a spot fest. It had everything and anything. I will again say this on the record. Ray Phoenix is not human.
No, that we get to see Ray Phoenix wrestle live.
Yes, because he didn't come to Kansas City last time. So Ray Phoenix is I don't know what.
Oh my God!
Like I don't know if he's half like bird or something, because he does death-defying moves like he's eating like cereal.
I don't get it. It is because he was last year. He was in he is probably for a good 60%, at least half the year last year. He's the best wrestler in the world by far. And then he got banged up a little, this and that, right? And then started this year, same thing. But he's back to full form.
Yeah.
And him and oh my! First of all, the match itself was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you got the Good Brothers at the low end of the totem pole, it's a pretty good totem pole.
For real.
So this match had all the moves, all the stuff, flippy, spinny shit, left and right, spots, everything you want. But, thinking more about the bigger picture of this, in a steel cage or not, the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros have the best chemistry I've seen between tag teams since the height of the Attitude Era, Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian days.
Yeah.
Like these two teams, it was a foundation of what started AEW, really,
Escalera
de la Muerte, the stuff they did in the whole Street Fighter thing against the 6-man with Laredo Kid, and then into their AAA battles. I mean, these four in a ring together is just magic, and I could see it every night of the week and not get sick.
Never. Oh man, yeah, and so me, I'm a sucker for a good spot. So I will call out one giant spot, and I loved it. So the Bucks had Ray Phoenix set up to do the BTE trigger. He counters it by pulling them into each other, does a springboard backflip, like a handstand off of the ropes, flips back and hits a double cutter, and it is perfection.
Yes,
it is the sexiest thing out there. Like the way it moved and how fluid it was, and oh my God, it was just amazing. But then shortly thereafter, the Bucks dropped Phoenix and hit a Metzler driver for the win. The Elite win. But that's not the end of the story. Oh no. This is how Go Home goes. You set the tone. So if they're following WWE style, since the Elite won, that means they're going to drop the belts.
Lucha Bros would win on Sunday.
But sure. AEW is definitely not that way. So when we do our titles, go for Megan's, one of Megan's 3 titles.
So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna snatch it.
Yes, one of Megan's 3 titles.
Yes, I know she has 3 belts. Keep moving.
Yes, but she won clean, every last one of them.
Keep moving. It's okay. Keep moving. We don't need to talk about her.
But anyway, they've proven multiple times that they don't always follow that path. So after this match, Kenny Omega comes out dressed all in black, and he actually looked really good. But
he had hair dye in his hair too.
He had black hair.
I thought so.
All jet black hair with the pulled back ponytail, and he looked super heel. It was great. He looked like a heel out of a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. That's what he looked like.
Oh,
he comes out and they're all the elites is beating up on everybody, and then Christian Cage comes out, and the elite starts beating up on him too. Kenny Omega comes, says he sat a meeting with Tony Khan. He warned him that not to misplace his personal items. Omega says Callis has control and has the controls. They order the cage down. So.
And I saw the cage earlier in the night, and I thought it's like, boy, they're really being prepared, or something's going to happen tonight with that cage.
Yeah, something happened with said cage. So on the outside, everybody couldn't get in. So Frankie Kazarian, Orange Cassidy, Jungle Boy try to make the save, but they can't. Like, they can't get in. And all of the elite also have kendo sticks. They happen to bust out handcuffs, and they handcuffed the Lucha Bros in each of the corners, and they were just straight super kicking the shit out of them. It was a super kick fiesta.
Annihilating.
And then they hit a triple BTE on Christian Cage. So it was both the Bucks and Omega, and that's what closed out the show. And it's like, oh my God.
That's how you do go home. You ended on Blood Feud. It was great. It sets up both those matches. It gives you a little more teeth in the battle for the Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega, which I know you said. Yeah, with CM Punk now, like you said, it's maybe not as big of a downer to have that as the match because you don't want to bury all the other stuff, right? But talk about the card for Sunday, because my God.
So this, I mean, in your terms, this card fucks. So
it's probably the best card they put on that I can think of.
And we get to be there.
Yeah, I know.
So.
And we're not trying to rub it in anybody's face. I know. We're super excited.
I am, because I get to go. Like,
I'm just excited. I'm grateful.
I am grateful. I'm grateful too. If you happen, also, if you are one of our listeners and you are going to be there, let us know. We should meet up, have some drinks, just do it up.
Yeah, we'll be going to Fan Fest on Saturday, and we'll be wearing our Spot Fest shirts. I'll be wearing the new Spot Fest baseball shirt. Jamie's going to wear a Spot Fest Club shirt. I might just wear a Spot Fest Club shirt too. We'll be wearing our Spot Fest shirts. Look for us.
Yes. You will find us and just say hi.
We're not hard to miss.
We're not. All right. So this is what we have, and I will save the championship matches for last. So the buy-in is Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta, Orange Cassidy, and Jurassic Express versus the Hardy Family Office of Matt Hardy, TH2, and Private Party. That should be a hell of a match. The Women's Battle Royal, which we've already went over. MJF versus Chris Jericho. If Jericho loses, he can never wrestle in AEW again. So that has a big stipulation there.
You know how I feel about those stipulations. But yes, the final fight.
Yes. John Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. It is not the New Japan match we wanted, but I still think it's going to be a hell of a match because Kojima and him could put on a great match.
And Moxley at the top of his game. He can sell any match.
Yeah.
He really could.
Then we have the match I'm most least wanting to see, and that's Paul White and QT Marshall. I feel like that's a good time to go get something to eat.
They had a segment on tonight's Dynamite.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it.
About it.
The Gun Club. The Gun Club turned on. It was called a big show.
Apparently Billy Gunn's heel again, and he's bringing his sons with him. Who cares?
And, I called. And actually, I purposely did call him Big Show.
I actually don't mind that.
Yeah,
part.
JR called Paul White Big Show 3 times.
Hey, whatever.
So, then we have the AEW TNT Championship. Miro versus Eddie Kingston should be a hell of a match. The Tag Team Championships in a steel cage of the Bucks versus the Lucha Bros. Women's Championship match of Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander. That should be a hell of a match for sure.
That should be really good.
AEW World Championship match of Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage. And the match that we all know is going to be the main event.
It's going to be the game of the show. It's got
Darby Allin versus one CM Punk in Chicago.
I mean, the only other thing I would think of, just because AEW is known to fuck with, the tendencies, is to do CM Punk first and then have whatever their big entrant is, be it Adam Cole, which is why I'm wearing the UE shirt, because I'm hopeful for Cole. Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson at the end of the show after Omega match. That's the only other thing I could think of, but you're probably right. Come on, CM Punk's going to end the show. Mm-hmm. That's what you do. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It is.
That's a card. That's a card right there, son. So
It is a card and a half. That's what that is.
well, we will have our picks ready to go, and we're gonna get them so that I guess I gotta do that sometime tomorrow, don't I? Or today, I should say. But we will have our picks in there. We're gonna talk about that when we get back. So next Tuesday's show, we're gonna go over All Out, and because we'll be driving back on Monday, and we're not taking I'm not taking computers up to
No, we're not bringing our gear.
No,
That's crazy talk.
So we're not gonna do a special show. Sorry. If we had like press passes and all that, we'd be more official. Maybe we'll talk about it. But it's gonna be a good weekend, Labor Day weekend as well. Please, everybody, enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Be safe out there. But we will definitely talk about All Out next Tuesday. We'll reveal the winners of our Picks Championship. Who gets the AEW belt? Can we wrestle it out of Megan's slimy, grungy hands?
You've gone FWO will retain.
You've gone full.
Bold prediction: FWO Faulkner World Order will retain.
It's me against the Faulkners. All right, so. It was bound to happen.
Yeah, I straight Bischoffed it.
So we will let you guys know everything that happens here. Follow us on Twitter if you're not already, because like I said, we will be putting stuff up there. We're putting clips and videos from the Fan Fest and other things that are going on over the weekend. And if you want us to, if you're going to be in the Chicago area and we bump into each other, you want to meet up for a beer or whatever, just let us know. Give us a shout at Total Spot Fest.
Yeah, for real.
You got anything else you want to go over?
No, man. I think I'm pretty damn excited for All Out, and
man.
Obviously we're not gonna be able to talk about Rampage, but I think Rampage is gonna be another big setup. Do they even announce any matches?
Oh, they're doing Malachi. They're doing Malachi Black versus Lee Johnson this Friday.
That's right, and that will be an absolute destruction. I will call it again. 3-minute entrance, 1-minute match. I will give it that much because he'll toy with them the entire time.
I want to say, well, he said he was going to. He wasn't going to give him the joy of having a quick death like he did to the Andersons or Cody. So we'll see. I want to see him put the coins on his eyes to see what transpires with that. If that leads into a feud of some sort, somehow. I don't know. But there's that. You're going to have Statlander versus Rebel and... I mean, that would be good. See, that would be a good swerve there because you're building up. You're giving Malachi something to do because he's not on the pay-per-view. Malachi's not. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But you got Statlander versus Rebel and Jamie Hayter, and then there's a tag team match of some sort. I think I don't remember something else. Oh, Daniel Garcia is fighting Darby Allin.
Oh yeah. That won't be anything.
Daniel Garcia, Captain Rampage, man.
He is, man. He's a hell of a little wrestler too. I mean, he's not a big dude.
He's getting the push.
He's just.
He's super push. Good for him, right?
People really like him, and that's great because he kind of deserves it.
Yeah. Well, this week is going to be telltale too because, like I said, there's lots of wrestlers that are starting to come up. But you made mention of the WWE towns no competes coming up. Remember a lot of those NXT guys that got released. They only have 30-day no competes.
That's true.
So Jonah, formerly Bronson Reed, we could see him popping up here somewhere. AEW, Impact, New Japan Strong. Who knows, right? So exciting times, lots of good stuff going on. If we figure out the Journey Pro secret as well, we will definitely tell you guys. Well, we'll check with Walter first, but we'll definitely tell you guys about it. That's what we got. So if you got nothing else, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Oh, do you have something else?
Literally just posted at 11:41 Central. Good old Andrade El Idolo is going to face a mystery opponent at All Out.
Wait, what?
He's teasing that he's going to face somebody else. He says Andrade versus ? All Out Chicago. Was this a play the whole time?
I don't know. You think Danielson?
Or
Cole?
Boom.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. That's the card is stacked enough. Another match is gonna get just embarrassingly long. But I'm all for
Yeah, I
it.
mean we don't have anywhere to go tomorrow. The day, I mean we do.
I want to see Andrade
we
live.
get late
I wanna see
checkout.
Andrade
We get late
wrestle.
checkout too, since I'm a Marriott person.
Perfect. We just gotta drive 8 hours back and record a podcast as soon as we do.
I know.
You forgot about that, didn't you? All right. So we'll see what kind of state of mind we're in next Tuesday, guys. All right. Well, that's all we got. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please be safe, like I said, on this Labor Day weekend. Hug your loved ones out there. If you are troubled, you got anything going through your brain here, it's okay. It is. Ask for help. Actually, it's preferred. Ask for help. We want to hear. People are here to help you. If you need help, help us out there. National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Please, please, please don't think that you have a last resort. There's always resorts. There's always options. So, yep, that's all we got. And we will talk to you guys on Tuesday with All Out. So, Jamie, take us home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not down with Total Spot Fest, I got 3 words for you. Prayers for Dafney.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Peace.